Mobile hardware. Hardware used to make and display multimedia has become more capable and more compact. Hardware used for mobile devices has shrunk astonishingly to the size of your palm. The communications power now in the palm of your hand is immense. Becoming small. The miniaturization of telephones, handsets, and the construction of comprehensive radio network have revolutionized human communications. In 2012, there were more than 6.8 billion mobile cellular subscriptions in the world. In the United States, there were 900 cell towers in 1985. In 2014, there are 190,000. Revolutionize the way people do business and educate themselves and their children. Tablets sales in the year 2013 exceeded 200 million units worldwide. Apple captured 33.8% of that market, Samsung 18.8%. Revolutionize human communication. Revolutionize the way people do business and educate themselves and their children. Smaller hardware. The miniaturization and use of touch screens enables multi-touch gestures like pinches and swipe and taps. A single mobile device may have 4 separate radios for not only voice and data communications but also connection to hands-free headsets and microphones and NFC devices. With System on a Chip (SoC) technology, memory, graphics processor, audio components, USB controller, power management circuits, and a myriad of other essential functions are integrated onto a single chip, meaning shorter wiring and less power consumption. Apple's A7 SoC first appeared in the iPhone 5S and integrates dual-core CPU, graphic processing unit GPU, large memory caches, 1 GB of DRM, and secure enclave biometric security device for storing fingerprints IDs. Manufactured by Samsung, the chip includes over 1 billion transistors in an area only 102 millimeters. The Samsung Galaxy S4 smartphone competes with Apple's iPhone and includes smart scrolling and eye tracking. Smart pause will halt a video if the user is not looking at the screen. The Samsung Galaxy S4 also includes 3D touch, fingertips held above but not touching the glass can still be felt by the touchscreen. The market. During the 2 months following the Galaxy S4's release in 2013, more than 20 million units were sold in 155 countries. Other manufacturers also compete. According to Gartner, a leading IT research and advisory firm, At the end of 2013, market share for worldwide mobile phone sales was as follows. Vendor Samsung 25.7%, Nokia 13.8%, Apple 6.7%, LG Electronics 4%, ZTE 3%, Huawei 3%, Lenovo 2.9%, TCL Communication 2.7%, Sony Mobile Communication 2.1%, Yulong 1.9%, others 34.2%. It is the combination of hardware, operating system, and system programming features that differentiate the many brands of tablet and smartphones available in the marketplace. For a good tools to compare smartphones features, visit the URL below. Indeed, buying a smartphone and its service contract is more difficult than buying an automobile. For example, does it have a clock, snooze alarm, speaker and mute, font size adjuster, voice texting, a calendar, sync contacts, excellent camera, a flashlight, note taker and recorder, Bluetooth headset, an infrared controller, song identifier, game console, temp and humidity sensors, visuals, voicemail, block phone numbers, and NFC radio, a long-lasting battery, rapid speed processing, crystal clear display, multiple windows, plenty of storage space, fingerprint sensor, wireless charging. How about a kill switch? How about charger? Looking ahead, smartphones will be adding augmented reality (AR), so you can point the smartphone's camera and receive an on-screen overlay of information such as nearby cafes, markets, gas station, or landmarks. Flexible screens will roll up and fit in a purse. A LED-based digital light projector (DLP) will show 2 meters wide photos on any available wall in your home or office. Voice control using a natural language user interface (LUI) or NLUI, such as Siri, will supplant texting. 3D and holographic projections will follow. Connections. There is a lot going on under the hood to make sure your mobile device is properly connected. Connections are typically by radio, and as many as 4 radios may be built into a device, one for cell towers, one for Wi-Fi hotspots, one for Bluetooth, and one for NFC. See smaller hardware earlier in the chapter. Connection begins with a handshake, a set of complicated but standardized protocol that allows the device and the radio to which it is connecting to identify and authenticate each other. Other protocols guide and modify the connection while it is active, and finally terminate it. In common use is the Session Initiation Protocol (SIP), which is an international standard. See http tools ietf.org. GSM versus Cdma. Two radio systems are available to connect a smartphone or a mobile phone to a cell tower and then onward either to the internet or to the public switch telephone network PSTN, which link all telephones in the world using copper wire, optical fiber, satellites, and microwave links. These systems are not interchangeable or compatible. Code Division Multiple Access (CDMA) is used by Sprint, Verizon, and US Cellular in the United States. Global System for Mobile Communications (GSM), the most widely accepted technology, is used at AT&T and T-Mobile in the United States and reach more than 5 billion people across 80% of the globe. Cdma phones use a single frequency to talk with a cell tower 850 MHz. GSM phones use several frequencies 850, 900, 1800, 1900 MHz depending on country and provider. On Cdma phones, network and subscriber information is contained within the handset and in a provider database. GSM phones use a subscriber identity module (SIM) card, which is a removable card that can be seamlessly swapped among handsets, bringing your phone's books, contact lists, and schedulers to a new phone without rekeying or having to make a trip to the provider. For international travel, a GSM phone capable of communicating on all 4 frequencies is recommended. Figure next shows the connection methodology for GSM networks. 3G versus 4G. Whether CDMA or GSM, the very important radio link between the mobile device and the cell tower manage voice and data using standardized technologies. 3G, third generation, and 4G, fourth generation, are communication protocols that govern this movement of information on the radio connection between handset and tower. These terms are particularly useful for marketing because they do not promise a minimum throughput rate or bandwidth and are vague. LTE, long-term evolution, and WiMAX, worldwide interoperability for microwave access, are competing 4G technologies. Wi-Fi. Connecting a mobile device to the internet using Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G, and technology can provide a faster connection than 4G for less cost, if not for free. But the Wi-Fi's range is only about 30 meters indoors and 100 meters outdoors, line of sight. Many homes, offices, and public places have installed wireless access points (WAP), to which electronic devices connect using radios operating in the unlicensed public 2.4 GHz spectrum. These WAP are often combined with digital subscriber line, DSL, or cable modems and network routers to provide hotspots for connecting to the internet. Bluetooth. Sharing the 2.4 GHz spectrum with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth is a very short-range, low-power radio technology to interconnect up to 7 devices by radio. Typically, Bluetooth is used to connect a mobile phone to a hands-free headset or to an automobile audio system. An innovative use of Bluetooth is tile that can be accessed at the following URL, which use Bluetooth to find your stuff by remembering the last place the tile was seen and sounding an alert when triggered. Mobile operating systems. An operating system is the software that makes the smartphone or tablet run. The smartphone operating system market is dominated by Google's Android 81% and Apple iOS 13%. Windows Phone, BlackBerry and other OS remain uncompetitive. Depending upon the operating system and the service provider, users are trapped into a walled garden and must download apps for extra features only from the company store. Android and iOS. iOS versus Android. Android is an open source operating system for mobile devices based upon the Linux kernel and maintained by Google. iOS is a proprietary, closed source operating system developed and owned by Apple. Together, these OS are used on more than 90% of all mobile devices. Measured not by device, but by who use the internet more, according to net market share as can be read at the URL below. In February 2014, approximately 53% of web users accessing the internet from mobile devices use iOS. 36% use an Android device. Each of the mobile OS is relatively new. Android was developed by Android Incorporated, a 22-month-old startup purchased by Google in 2005, which became the core of Google's foray into mobile hardware and software. Based on the OS X desktop operating system, Apple's iOS began in 2007 as an OS for the new iPhone using multi-touch gestures. iOS is never licensed for installation on any hardware except hardware manufactured by Apple, though that may change as Apple partners with automobile manufacturers to bring iOS to the dashboard. Table below shows the code name and application programming interface API level distribution as of February 2014 and release date of the more recent Android versions. Not shown are the earlier Cupcake, Donut, and Eclair version. Table below shows the version distribution as of February 2014 and release date for iOS versions. Programming mobile apps. Programmers writing apps for iOS use Objective-C. They use Java when programming for Android devices. Other programmers use HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript to construct hybrid apps and save themselves the difficulty of learning multiple complex languages. Others use frameworks and integrated development environments, Adobe Flex and AIR, QuiDev, JQT, jQuery Mobile, Sencha Touch, PhoneGap, Motorola Stroke Mobile Suite, WebApp.net, eMOBC, RareWire, Eclipse, and Android Studio. The responsive web design (RWD) movement is developing methods to deal with the difficulty of programming for the many screen sizes in the mobile and desktop worlds. Typically, the advice is to consider the smallest screen first. For example of RWD, see Multiple Device Layout Patterns by Luke Robuski. From a designer's or programmer's point of view, there is no easy solution to the size issue. Android defines 4 sizes: small, normal, large, and X-large, where DP represents the calculated term density independent pixel, which is used for scaling based upon the actual density of the screen in use. All visual solutions take hard work and often a great deal of trial and error in the simulator or emulator. There are a great many details and compliance issues to consider when designing, building, and publishing an app for the mobile world. If you are starting from scratch, you will find it initially a steep learning curve. The slope soon gets easier, though after you master the basic concepts. Summary. Consider the implications of the mobile devices in the worldwide digital revolution. Describe what mobile or tablet devices can be used for. Discuss mobile device hardware. Characterize the smallest of the mobile world. Discuss mobile device operating systems, program and app.